Previously on just roll the clip. Anyone familiar with Jim Jones should be able to see or should have seen before that the man is emotional.
Yeah. Okay.
You gotta watch whose names you mentioning out here.
Mm-hmm.
You heard?
Yeah.
Because my little cousin might not like how you mention my name. You heard?
Boy, if you don't...
Let's not get into that where we get into numbers and I gotta show you the statistics of what I've done. You heard to what other people was done. You heard them. You wanna go to the billboard entries, pull up Nas billboard entries and pull up my billboard entries.
These niggas like a Jim Jones, like, I respect you getting your money. You're like, exactly, right?
You can't handle the truth.
As a whole becomes a part, I strike to burn, and the flame returns.
Welcome back to the channel. Your boy Mac back with some thoughts, with some opinions, with some reactions. Wipe your feet off as you come and hit the like button. If you so choose, and hopefully you stay a while, because at this very moment, we're going to be reacting to the recent crash outs of Jim Jones. Starting, obviously, with all the bullshit with Nas. And then we'll come back and I'll give my thoughts and opinions after. With that said, let's take this walk.
Let's keep it a buck here.
Yeah, but let's keep
keep it a buck,
Let's
Jim.
keep it a buck. You heard? Let's keep it a buck because you'll bring it up. There must be some type of misconception or what's that word when it comes to Jim Jones and what Jim Jones have done in this game. A lot of these rappers,
We made him take the darkies off.
a lot of these rappers have done a tremendous job, and I take nothing
Jim
away
serious
from
as
them,
shit.
but they forget I got a hell of a catalog. Me, Jim Jones, myself, gold records, platinum records, gold albums, platinum albums. No, me, Jim Jones. No diplomats, no nobody
You and
else.
your
Me,
feelings,
Jim
Jim.
Jones. Check my track record, then check everybody else's track record, then go to the billboards and check all my entries, then check all of them niggas' entries and shit like that. And I'm not taking nothing away from nobody, but I hear the comparisons and the niggas be trying to act funny when it come. No, I've been spanking a lot of this shit. I'm talking about the industry. I've been putting on. So let's not get into that where we get into numbers and I gotta show you the statistics of what I've done.
Statistics don't
You
look
heard
that
to
great,
what
Jim. I ain't
other
gonna
people
hold
was
you.
done. You heard them. You wanna go to the billboard entries, pull up Nas billboard entries and pull up my billboard entries.
Boy, if you don't get...
You a question, Jim?
Mm-hmm.
You smoke, right?
Yeah.
Were you smoking when you said you better than Nas?
I might have been a little bit. Well, as far as let's get this right. I'm way more influential than Nas, and I don't care what nobody say. I know I made a little boo-boo when we talk about the sales and all this type of shit. I don't feel like getting into that rhetoric about where I started and where he
Well,
started.
you said that
But
bullshit.
listen, remember how this goes. Let's not. You ever heard of a Kofi list?
Yeah.
Yo, go back into your history and find out what happened between us and him. You dig? And I'm not trying to repeat history, but don't play with us when it comes to that, bro. We already went wild on them boys. You heard?
I'm about to be
Captain, I'm a
50.
bigger Nas fan than you are. You're a captain.
First of all,
And I still can tell you
I'm
he can't rap
57.
better than me
I don't
right
be
now.
singing no rap. I don't be singing no rap.
You see what I'm saying, Ocho? He don't even know about rap. He just doing this for the views to get Jim Jones on there to get him hot. I understand, but you don't
Get
know
him hot.
Later.
That body stupid with the crazy ass.
That's not right. Jim might think he hotter than he is. I ain't gonna hold you. He might think he a little hotter than he is. You ain't gotta go off on flex, you know. I'm about to bug out, bro. Jim or both things, bro. Jim gotta control that emotion, man, on his sleeve type shit, man.
Honestly, I can't, like, if it was like Jim Jones, imagine putting a pen to paper to write about him.
Look, there's a reason Jim Jones been crashing out lately. And one, it's not a surprise. And two, let me paint the picture. When Jim went through that little spat a couple of months ago with Cam, you know, the theme of his beef was, y'all old losing, and this is my time. This is why he's earned the moniker the oldest young in the game, the final boss of the YNs.
How do you feel when people call you the youngest old nigga?
I love it.
Jim's found his flow, style, and success coupled with it in his later years, and there's nobody more confident than the old who still feels young. You know, that's wisdom gained from experience, mixed with the bravado and not worrying about consequences we all had in our teens, especially growing up in the hood. You put that together and you got what you got from Jim, right? This is Nas, not only because he's very confident about the rapper's space that he's in, And because he's really never liked them from past beef, like he mentioned, again standing up for Cam, but also because as the oldest young in the game, Jim Jones plays the algorithm game. He could have just said that he was better than Nas, but he specifically mentioned Billboard entries. You know, you almost don't even have to be a rap fan to understand he ain't with Nas's past success as it pertains to songs that chart. You know, and then he was gonna perform on Summer Jam. Nas is one of Summer Jam's most infamous artists.
I think personally, all you need to do is just either one more MC, and I don't think no MCs will step to you after that anymore, period. But it got, yo, honestly, I can't, like, if it was like Jim Jones, imagine putting a pen to paper to write about him. Even so nice about him, how did you do that? What's the first sentence? What the fuck you write about him? I'm not anxious to hear the Jim Jones diss record. Like, I'm like, yo, the niggas I used to have, a nigga a little nervous was like B.I.G., Pop, right? Even Cannabis, like Eminem, the niggas used to have you like, if we go at it, dog, we gotta go hard. You know what I'm saying? But these niggas like a Jim Jones, like, I mean, I respect you getting your money. You're like, exactly, right? But MC-wise, you're not respecting his lyrical game right now. I respect his hustle. I respect his hustle. That's about it.
Naturally, Jim was playing algorithm games. And you know what? Good for him. What do I know? Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, subscribe if you like the content. Hit the notification bell. And with that said, hopefully you've been entertained and informed while passing this precious time that we have. And hopefully I've earned your sub. I go by the name of Mac. This has been Doing It for GP. Till next time.
You can't treat him like any of the other niggas around here, because he ain't like any of the other niggas around here.
You never did me, I spit the truth. Call you aware, fear-driven niggas get the boot. All of you squares couldn't fit up in my circle. All of us rare and will hurt you severe. Slow your roll, nigga, patience is a virtue. Yeah, and a nigga bite any bark. When I black out, how you gon' hide in the dark?